Hey guys, what's going on?
Welcome to another episode of Yo Ass Hungry Now. I'm going to take you guys back to a memory I had from about 3 years ago. You know, like on Facebook and Instagram, you get those memories. It showed me and a couple of the homies. We were out in LA, you know, the city of angels, and we went to Shake Shack for the very first time. Those burgers were game changers. I know you haven't had a Shake Shack burger, but we're going to recreate, not necessarily recreate, we're going to make a Shake Shack inspired burger today.
Cool.
With the potato bun, the thin patties, the nice cheese, beautiful sauce, all that kind of stuff. You enjoy burgers, Alex?
Bro, it's one of my favorites. Like, I don't know, nice big juicy patty, a big bun, I don't know, man. Just something about a burger, like it's always gonna be like, I'm like wimpy when it comes down to it, you know?
You're gonna love this. Let's get into the recipe.
Burger flip!
Patty flip! We're gonna start by activating the yeast. I have a 1/4 cup of warm water here. Into that, I'm gonna measure 2 1/4 teaspoons of dry active yeast. I'm gonna give it a little stir and just let it set to the side till it blooms. While our yeast is blooming, in this mixing bowl, I'm gonna add 1 cup of scalded milk. So we put the milk on the stove until it came to a boil. We cut the heat and just set it to the side to cool. I'm gonna add that into my bowl. I have 1/2 cup of mashed potato. I just roasted a baked potato. Don't add any seasoning to this, just roast it off and set it to the side, a nice cool potato. Then I'm gonna add a 1/4 cup of vegetable shortening, a 1.5 teaspoons of salt, and a 1/4 cup of white sugar. I'm gonna mix all these ingredients together with a beater until it becomes smooth. Or smooth as we can get with the potato. Next, I'm gonna stir in our yeast mixture. And 1 beaten egg.
I'll beat you.
To that, I'm gonna add 2 cups of all-purpose flour. I'm gonna add 1 more cup of all-purpose flour. I'm gonna begin to work this by hand. Next, add our last cup of flour. We're gonna give it 1 final mix. I'm gonna turn it on the work surface and begin to knead. Woo! Our dough is all kneaded together. I'm gonna put it in a nice oiled bowl, wrap it up, and set it in a warm place for 1 hour until it rises.
We have 1 Spanish onion here. We're gonna de-skin it, slice it down in julienne, and get it caramelizing. Time to get these in a saute pan. 1 teaspoon of olive oil, add our onions. We're gonna add 1 bay leaf, 1 sprig of rosemary, a little bit of salt. I'm gonna caramelize this over medium-low heat for about...
Time to make our burger sauce. We're gonna start with 1/4 cup of mayonnaise, teaspoon of yellow mustard, tablespoon of sweet green relish, 1/2 teaspoon of white wine vinegar, 1/2 teaspoon garlic powder, 1/4 teaspoon onion powder, and a 1/2 teaspoon of Hungarian paprika. A little pinch of salt to round it all out. Time to give it a little mixy mix for the frisky chicks. And that's our burger sauce. Delicious.
We have a hothouse tomato here. I'm just gonna take a paring knife, just go in the core, just switch it around, peel that out there, make sure any miss just kind of get in there. Perfect. We're gonna take a bread knife, slice that end off right there, because no one likes the ends. I like using a bread knife because you really just get a nice, super razor, evenly sliced thin tomato. There we go. Make sure we season these with salt and pepper before we put them on our burgers, and they're ready to go.
Next, I'm gonna shred some iceberg lettuce. Just gonna cut off a little cheek of it here. Get as thin as you can with your knife. Our dough has doubled inside. It's been 1 hour. I'm gonna punch it down, let it rise up for 10 more minutes, and begin to form our buns. Time to roll out our buns. We're gonna cut them into 75-gram balls, roll them up, throw them on a parchment-lined baking sheet, let them rise again for 25 minutes to half an hour, then bake them off at 400 degrees for 10 to 12 minutes. Let's get to it. Our dough is all rolled out, portioned up. We're gonna leave it on this baking sheet to rise again for about 30 to 45 minutes. Our buns have doubled in size. I'm gonna remove the plastic, throw them in a 400-degree oven for 10 to 12 minutes or until they become nice and golden brown. See you in a bit. I left here, right in front of the oven. The buns are done. Ooh, yeah, a little golden brown. Not too big, not too small. I got a little melted butter with a little splash of olive oil in it. Gonna brush down the buns while they're hot so it soaks right in. Gives us a nice glossy finish.
All right, so we have our cast iron skillet on medium-high heat. We're gonna add about a teaspoon of canola oil. We're gonna season our beef with canola oil as well. Liberally of salt. And cracked pepper. We're gonna add our, season them up. Add them to the skillet.
Hard sear.
Get a nice hard sear and give a nice pressure down.
Pressure to the edge. Get the edges. There you go.
We're gonna season again with a little bit of salt. And of course pepper. We're gonna get a nice crust on these guys. Alright, give these guys a little flip. Woo. Good. Give it a little flip. We're gonna have some medium cheddar cheese here. Let it go all nice and ooey and gooey and cheesy.
Now we're gonna butter up our buns and begin to build our burgers. Let's build these burgers. A little burger sauce top and bottom. A little tomato on the bottom. Season it with S and P. That means salt and pepper, if you didn't know. Next up, our burger on the tomato. A little of our caramelized onion right on top of that. Shredded lettuce. Then we crown them. Boom. Bada bing, bada burger.
Bon appetit.
Time to dig in.
Mmm. That char.
And the bread,
So soft.
very fluffy, light. Nice chew to it.
Does that bring you back to LA?
Mm-hmm.
Nice, brother.
Give me them LA vibes right away.
Down and dirty.
Delicious burger. Delicious.
Reminds me of like one of those like you're driving up north, like you see like one of those diners outside. The onions, tomato, just simple, nothing complicated, right? Just a good old fashioned burger.
The sweetness from those onions, that is fantastic. It's delicious.
So
Just
good.
that. Just thumbs up. Give the video a thumbs up. See you guys next week. Peace.